So, this week, BBC Two finally aired their documentary, Eat to Live Forever, in which they filmed a whole bunch of scenes with the California Fruit Luck community. And so, the video is out. If you live in the UK, it's really easy to go see. I'll put the link down below. If you live outside the UK, it's kind of hard to find. If you check out my friend Fruity Ronster, he kind of did like a bootleg version of it, recorded on his phone. Like the quality's like so. At least you get to see it, so you have some frame of reference for what I'm talking about. But I sort of wanted to offer my commentary on it because I was involved in getting a lot of it set up and was actually filmed for it. None of the film footage that I was in made it past the cutting room floor, unfortunately. But I kind of wanted to share some insights about some things that didn't make it into the documentary. In fact, a heck of a lot didn't make it into the documentary, and I kind of want to let you guys know because a lot of people like to speculate, oh, we only did the diet for like half a day, and what does he know, and blah, blah, blah. So I'll just show you a little bit of it here so you know what I'm talking about before you watch it yourself.
Are you the leader?
Well, I'm one of the co-organizers. We got lots of good fruit for you to try.
Yeah, I hope so, because I had only some berries for breakfast.
Okay.
And I don't know how you do this
If you
thing.
come hungry, that's the best way to come.
That's Robbie.
Yes, of course. That's a jackfruit.
Wow.
Juicy fruit really stole their flavor from
He's a type 1 diabetic,
well,
yeah.
Well, let's keep on moving into these fruits here. Are you ready for the next one?
That was a mangosteen?
That was a mangosteen. That's the queen of fruits.
Actually, the skin of that is not good, I might tell you. Can you spare a bit of coconut?
Of course, go.
Are you a Fruitarian?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what my parents told me. We met at like one of these. We met at like.
And this is called a fruit swap.
a fruit luck.
A fruit luck.
Like a potluck, but with fruit. These people are like our family. Like, yeah. We Angie here. We call her fruit mom.
Being one big happy fruit family is all very nice. But where do they get their protein? Where do they get their iron?
There's a lot of different interpretations for fruitarians. Anything that has a seed is a fruit. A zucchini, a tomato is technically a fruit.
So there you go. There's a clip of it. And so they filmed this at this Fruit Luck, and then basically he goes and Skypes his doctor back in the UK, and the doctor says, oh, you're going to get potassium poisoning and like diabetes and not enough B12, not enough protein. And they kind of slough it off as like, oh, only these young people are doing it. Nobody really lives to that old doing it. Like, where are the longevity people? And so they meet up with this other guy and in Arizona somewhere, and he's kind of kooky, and it sounds like he doesn't quite do a fruitarian diet. And we really tried to pitch it as like, 80-10-10 fruits and vegetables, raw vegan, but fruitarian is a little more sensational, and so that's what they try to portray it as. And we had, my friend Nathan was the one who was saying that like durian gets you high, and like the tryptophan turns to serotonin, and he was like good camera fodder because he kind of looked like he was high. And so it's like they gotta, at the end of the day, they gotta paint a picture that's gonna have like vibe with what the mainstream thinks. Like, they can't get too radical. So they show us as a bunch of like kooky hippies. What I want to tell you is that there's a whole bunch of stuff that they filmed that was not in the documentary. Like, a lot of stuff. And so they spent a whole day training with Tim Sheaf, who, if you don't know, is a former international world parkour free running champion multiple times. A vegan, eats very high raw. I think he spent some time with Ryan and Angie, if I'm not mistaken. And he also spent a lot of time with Robbie, talking about how he handles type 1 diabetes with the diet. And then for the real zinger, which I was a big part of, we had him over for dinner, and it was me, Robbie's girlfriend Allie, Giles, and Chef Alicia, who's she's sort of like Doug Graham's head chef. She head chefs Woodstock Fruit Festival every year. She's like, it was a big deal, and we got her to come out and make this like amazing 3-course, like fully raw 80-10-10 dinner that was like astounding. It was really, really, really good food. and he really enjoyed it. He was really impressed that all we could do. We had like a really good conversation with him. We addressed everything on like B12, protein, all the nutrition questions, all the lifestyle questions, like knocked it all out, you know, gave very good, you know, professional sounding answers, talked about the evidence, talked about how whole food plant-based diet is the only diet that's been shown to reverse, you know, diabetes and heart disease and all these things. And he sounded really receptive to it, but none of that made it in the movie. Like, we had to fly Alicia out from Texas to California. I think the BBC paid for it. And, you know, she got to visit with her family, so it wasn't a total loss. But, like, we worked hard at that, and that didn't make it into the documentary at all. I'm sure Tim Sheaf showed him some crazy stuff. You know, totally could have shut down the whole protein myth. We talked about B12. Like, everything was addressed, but, you know, it's like we kind of knew we were walking into a minefield that they could do whatever they wanted, editing it to make us look, you know, as idiotic as they wanted to. Could it have been a lot worse? Yes. But I think at the end of the day, the important thing is that the message got out there, regardless of, you know, how bad you think they slandered the movement, think that they misrepresented what, you know, a fruit-based diet is all about. I think that we got some, it's like any publicity is good publicity. Look, they didn't shine a perfect light on us, but they didn't totally, like, make us out to, you know, be just totally off our rockers. They just said, look, it's this fringe thing. Here are the people. Everybody looked happy at the Fruit Look. Everybody looked like they were having a blast. Everybody looked happy and healthy. That is like, you know, that's the best evidence you can give. And so, you know, it's going to resonate with probably not most people, but some people. And people will find out about it and check into it for themselves. I mean, anybody who has half a brain knows that you can't believe everything you see on TV. And you should experience things firsthand. You should check them out on your own. And so they're going to do that. And some people are going to look into it and say, wow, this seems like a really good idea. I want to do it. And they're going to get into it. And some people aren't. But I think at the end of the day, it's positive publicity for the movement of the fruit-based diet. So I'm glad it came out. You know, maybe it could lead to more publicity. Look, we didn't get to portray it exactly as we wanted to. They edited so much out. But I still think it was a big win, and I hope that we can do more. So I'd love to hear everybody's comments on this. What do you think about this documentary? Was it total slander? Was it good? Is it going to be a positive or a negative for the vegan movement, the fruit-based diet movement? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's get a discussion down below. And as always, please subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscribe button below. Really appreciate your support on the videos, guys, and I will talk to you soon.